Meltdown Island. 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 Meltdown Island.
right? You have been. They don't want you to say the truth, not truth to the world, not truth to the masses. No, no, you have been censored. Right. You've been canceled. You've been turned off, switched on. Everybody want you to say the truth, not truth to the world, not truth to the masses. No, no, you have been censored. You've been canceled. You've been turned off, switched on. Everybody want you to say the truth, not truth to the world, not truth to the masses. No, no, you have been censored. You've been canceled. You've been turned off, switched on. Everybody want you to say the truth, not truth to the world, not truth to the masses. No, no, you have been censored. You've been canceled. You've been turned off, switched on. Everybody want you to say the truth, not truth to the world, not truth to the masses. No, no, you have been censored. You've been canceled. You've been turned off, switched on. Everybody want you to say the truth, not truth to the world, not truth to the masses. No, no, you have been censored. You've been canceled. You've been turned off, switched on. Everybody want you to say the truth, not truth to the world, not truth to the masses. No, no, you have been censored. You've been canceled. You've been turned off, switched on. Everybody want you to say the truth, not truth to the world, not truth to the masses. No, no, you have been censored. You've been canceled. You've been turned off, switched on. Everybody want you to say the truth, not truth to the world, not truth to the masses. No, no, you have been censored. You've been canceled. You've been turned off, switched on. Everybody want you to say the truth, not truth to the world, not truth to the masses. No, no, you have been censored. You've been canceled. You've been turned off, switched on. Everybody the masses. No, no, you have been censored. You've been canceled. You've been turned off, switched on. Everybody the masses. No, no, you have been censored. You've been canceled. You've been turned off, switched on. Everybody the masses. No, no, you have been censored.
Nothing feels good when you're feeling bad. Nothing makes sense when you're feeling mad. Don't go around feeling sad, cause everybody's going around saying that you're crazy. Nothing makes sense when you're feeling bad. Don't go motivating to the people that surround you in society. They control you and your mind. Everybody know you gotta break free from that mindset. Break free in society. Break free, let control you. Break free to expose all of your emotional vulnerability and the complexities of your mind. And together we will find that the sun keeps shining on the other side. You know the sun keeps shining on the other side. The sun keeps shining on the other side of the rain cloud, of the storm clouds in your eyes, in your eyes. There's a place I know we can go and stay a while. Welcome to Meltdown Island. Welcome to Meltdown Island. To Meltdown, we can all meltdown.
theme song. Now back. A little bit. A little bit.
Hi, everyone. Let's start the show over. We're going to start this show 45 times today. All right? Okay.
Adam knows you're thanking him, Dustin.
Thanks, Adam. Got there. Here we go. There's barely any delay on Chance's voice, guys. There you are. There, hey, we are. I think we're here. I think we're Dave. We've made it.
Hey, we're here.
All right,
Audrey
theme song.
it.
Okay, theme song.
All right, and theme song. Oh, no, the
All
delay is
right.
bad.
Hey there, YouTubers. Welcome to Meltdown Island, where we're as calm as an ant that's going around working till its little ant legs fall off and its antenna is no longer picking up 5G. Shawn, tossing it over to you. Hey, Shawn, how are you, buddy?
Hey.
How are
I'm
you?
good.
Little
I'm
face
good. I'm
crates,
fine.
little face crates there.
Yeah. No, I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I enjoyed the theme song. It's a great theme song.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? I think that it is.
Yeah.
Thank God you said so as well. Boy, 45th.
Did you know that
ahead.
last year, 2020, was tied for the hottest year on record?
What year was it
with
tied with? What year is it tied with?
2016.
So 2017, 2018, it kind of went down. 2019 went down.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Not necessarily, because 2016 was actually an El Nino year.
El
Are you familiar with the El Nino?
Nino.
That's the one.
Yeah, that's the one.
Are you familiar with the El Nino effect?
El Nino.
I think just because you say it does not
just
mean
gonna
that you're
assume you're
familiar
not.
with it.
Go ahead then.
I mean, you've probably heard it on the news. You know, there's going to be an El Nino. We're in El Nino conditions.
Yo.
Yeah, they say it like that. But the El Nino is when the water around the equator, the equatorial waters, if you will,
Equatorial waters, I do.
are warmer than average. So then they release warmth into the air and the atmosphere, and it makes for warmer conditions in North America.
Is it sort of like is like an ocean fart?
Yeah, sure. Only it doesn't smell.
And it's
Well,
very
probably
hot though.
It
It's very
smells like
hot.
salt water. It smells like salt.
Salt water.
Yeah.
Go
So
ahead.
2016 was an El Nino, so the environmental conditions were already predisposed to make things warmer. 2020, we spent most of the year in a La Nina, which is the exact opposite. When temperatures are supposed to be cooler than normal. So in a La Nina situation, it was tied for the hottest year on record that took place during an El Nino. So yeah, while 16 and 17 were lower, or 17 and 18 were lower than 16, they probably shouldn't have been because of the El Nino. That's all I'm saying.
It's all Spanish to me, bro.
So I'm dealing with a lot of shit. That's what I'm saying.
But you know, they say we're going to go into an ice age somewhere.
We were supposed to go into an ice age, but we ruined it.
Maybe we didn't ruin it. We saved ourselves.
Technically, we're still in the ice age. We're in what they call an interglacial period.
Interglacial.
That's hot when you say that.
Thank you.
You should do that ASMR, Dustin. You've got a very soothing voice.
Interglacial speaking time. We're going to talk about glacials.
Very soothing.
Thank you, bud. Thank you, Bob. Hey, thank you. Now,
So, pandemic's bad, but let's not forget that we still have climate change.
here's a good question. In the summer, it melts up at the North Pole, and then in the winter, it melts into the South Pole. Now, do they
Go on.
freeze back over 100 during those times? Because last week when we saw that picture of the world, and it was like hotter at the North Pole than it was in North America, that was weird.
It's a very good question, Dustin. Very astute. That surprises me.
Thank you.
But it does freeze again in the winter. But right now, the extent, the actual square kilometers of
I don't
ice.
know that. Miles? Square miles?
Yeah, square miles. The square mileage of the sea ice extent is hovering around record lows, has been hovering around record lows all year. Even though it's wintertime there, it's been very, very slow, even though it's actually 24 hours of darkness right now. It's the sea ice has been really slow to reform. So yes, it does freeze over, but it's thinner. And there's less of the thicker multi-year ice.
Well,
And that's-
I heard it's not the size of your ice, but how much it. So is it not holding on? It's floating? It's hovering above the Earth? It's not even touching?
In the North Pole, it's over water. In the South Pole, it's on land.
And it's hovering.
It's floating. They also call it floating.
Floating. I know floating.
You know floating, right?
I know floating. Hovering
Totally.
was a mind change. Life changing.
Sure.
I love the idea of cutting to Shawn as the weatherman, but it's all detailed global explanations. Great. If everybody's phone is on, if everybody's phone on, if everybody's phone on. Okay, so that was some very interesting knowledge, science, some would call it. What, you're welcome. Go ahead, Shawn. You have your hand up.
Just another scientific observation from one of our fans
A lot
is
of
that
gibberish.
perhaps 2020 was the hottest year on record because of all the heat coming from these meltdowns.
Ooh, that was a good one, Shawn. I'm thanking you for that.
Does somebody have their browser audio on? I think I'm hearing it in the broadcast.
What's funny is I had a whole bunch planned today, and I would love to be able to cut to, let's say, the video of my TikTok so that you guys can enjoy them. But then that brings up a good point. Thank you, Dustin. Hey, everyone. Do you follow me on TikTok? Because maybe you want to think about not following me. Because if every time you don't engage or you skip over a video, you're telling the algorithm, you wish I was dead. So I would prefer you just not follow me than to constantly say, die, I hate Dustin. Does that make sense at all, Shawn?
I never said a word. Wait, what?
What I'm trying to suggest, Shawn, is that let's say, okay, so you follow, you're on TikTok now, and you follow me, correct?
I don't know.
That's a very good question, because I don't think Shawn follows anybody yet.
I don't think so.
Well, buddy, you're doing it wrong.
But you keep sending them to me, so I got that going for me.
Well, once you get into it a little bit, you're going to find out that old phrase, caring is sharing, and sharing is caring, bud. So what I'm doing is I'm usually sharing ones either that I think you need to see, or that I kind of need, or it's a suggestion for you to get excited and to get started on your own TikTok journey. So
life is a TikTok journey.
Yeah, and I didn't really enjoy it much until TikTok came along. Now I enjoy it a lot, except for the fact that I know there's people in my life that follow me, and then they don't necessarily hit the heart, and they don't necessarily say, even just seen. Yeah. Oh, no. Yeah. Don't get it twisted up with your no yeahs, because this is a yeah. Also, what I'm trying to suggest to you is that the algorithm doesn't look at all of this. Doesn't care about your emotions, Shawn.
No.
What it says is, Shawn's following Dustin, but Shawn doesn't like one of Dustin's videos. Shawn doesn't comment on any of Dustin's videos. So in other words, you're telling the algorithm, I hate Dustin and I want him to die and go away and not be successful. And what I'm suggesting is, don't follow me anymore. And then I might still surprise you and show up on your For You page. And then you can just skip it or like it then. But if you do follow me, maybe engage. Maybe just start engaging. Look, I've been in the longest engagement of anyone that you know, Shawn.
To be sure.
How many years I've been engaged? I know about engagement. I know engagement. 15 years I've been engaged. And guess what? In all that time, you know what, Shawn? I've been engaged.
12
What I'm asking, no, you were right. 15 years, bud.
15 years?
Don't say it so sternly and then say it so questioningly after, because then it seems like you were joking and now you're quite surprised by the number.
Freeze up if you agree. Okay, here we are. So I would like to suggest to those of you out there who are on the TikToks with me to be with me, not against me, and to engage because I'm engaging. Okay, Shawn?
How does it get chorizo from lips? There's no way that AI, speaking of algorithms, what algorithm chooses chorizo when you mean lips?
How do you not know that maybe Tom's got some, let's say, Schultz on his fingers, and he possibly gets on his screen, and then possibly he messed it, he hit something, and then it hit like 3 or 4 letters, Shawn.
So it's Tom's fault.
Yes, clearly. User error, bub. Someone's clicking them clickities a little too fast.
Well, that's disturbing.
I agree. Welcome to Meltdown Island, everyone. Hi, Mike. How are you, bud?
Doing great, Dustin. Doing great. Can you hear me now?
No, I can hear you so good.
Oh, great.
And oh no, I'm frozen again.
Yeah, what the hell? It doesn't like the
Hey,
free camera
well.
for Shawn for some reason.
Hit your computer, Shawn. Tap the side of your computer and say, "Hey."
Hey.
Oh. I think it worked.
Sit on it, mouth.
There you go. It worked.
Yay!
That's
The
TV
fun
magic
done
for you
it
folks.
again.
That's streaming
Yeah.
magic.
You see what it is we've all got it in our minds. And so once we all believed that hitting the side of it would fix it, Michaels,
Yeah.
we manifested it together as a community when
Oh
he
my
said,
God, what? You can do things like that? You can manifest things just by saying them? Like that?
That's the secret.
well, the thing I'm trying to suggest is
that's
we've
weird.
all
I
been
guess that's why
brainwashed.
we do that at the end of the show every week now. I never put that together.
I think that what you're trying to do is funny. However,
Oh, trying.
what I'm suggesting is that we've been indoctrinated or brainwashed by the Fonz from so many
Oh, yeah.
years ago.
The Fonz is the
brainwashed
original Q. You're pretty much
made
onto
all-
something. Yeah.
The Fonz sent me.
Yep.
Welcome to the Fonzie Show, everyone. My name's Fonz.
I mean, is the Fonz toxic masculinity, or is that just like the right amount of masculinity?
I believe it's actually modern day lesbianism. That's
Oh,
what
yeah? Is that science?
Shawn, I got Shawn. He's frozen, but you heard him. You heard him. It was funny.
Hey.
I want Dustin to get rich on
Wow,
TikTok.
look at that, Shawn. No delay.
It's still a delay. It's still a delay.
Oh, okay. I
Welcome
thought there was.
to number 45.
All right. So today on the show, we're going to go into... Dustin, you did make a very nice running order. And I have to say, it was really great that you finally did it. And I'm really sorry that everything went off the rails despite the fact that you actually were ready for the show today.
And I'm going to be honest with you. I just saw that. I just got a message from my bank. My bank sends me messages, by the way.
They should do that. That's how you find out about your money that's in that bank, right?
Yeah, but they're data mining. I don't know, Bitcoin. What they just sent me was something that said paid $20 to Restream. Maybe Restream was like, "Oh, you ain't paid us yet. I'm going to go." Maybe.
What? What does that mean? What are you trying to say?
What I'm saying is, I just got a thing from the bank that said paid Restream $20.
Okay.
And so what I'm saying that before that, look, all of a sudden our show's great, and maybe Restream was giving us a little twist of the old nipples.
They
and
didn't,
trying to,
though. No, that was not Restream. Okay. That was not Restream. That was totally Discord's settings changed on my end. And then, of course, I changed other settings to see what was happening to try to fix it. And then, so those were wrong changes. And that screwed things up further. So then I was lost in settings hell for a little while. But I just took screenshots of everything and made myself a little list. So that will not happen again.
Someone's gonna get a rose for a leaf.
No, I'm gonna get a thorn today. If I don't get a thorn, then I don't know what the meaning of roses and thorns even is anymore.
Oh, you're gonna be getting some thorns, buddy.
You might think that face looked good or fun, but I don't know. It's kind of scary. I don't know. Maybe not entertaining. I'm not sure.
You'll never know. Guess we'll never know. Boom, that's the #1 champion sound. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Meltdown Island. Theme song. So, Mike, shall we play them the golden, yet brand new, Dustin released
theme song?
videos?
Again?
No, videos.
Oh,
no,
videos.
No,
this is Dustin's TikTok adventure is what we're going to be doing.
Yes, we're going to go on an adventure, everyone. A 5-minute adventure.
A 5-minute adventure into Dustin's TikTok world.
Not the feels good when you're feeling bad.
Don't go crazy.
Yep. Oh, Mike already knows
I
all
like
that.
it. I kind of like it. I'm telling you. I mean, it should mean something for how much I'm honest with you about everything that I feel about everything.
Oh, totally. I just use it.
All right. Let's see here.
Kurt made $700 in Bitcoin. That's brand new news. Hot off the presses.
Yeah, my brother made a bunch in Bitcoin too. I did not. I wish I would have. Bitcoin's out of control right now. It's probably going to go higher too.
Hey, how do I get into some?
You get an app. It's a bubble, of course, too, Shawn. But it was a bubble back in the 90s when the tech boom happened, and like many of those stocks that were resilient through that, they are now out of control as well.
So congratulations, everybody, making them bitty coins.
Bitty coins.
I think I might have another hit song.
Bitty.
Bitty coin, bitty coin, bitty coin, bitty coin. There's something there.
There's something there for sure.
Give me your bitty coin. Give me bitty coin. It's the gold of today.
It's the gold of today. Gold isn't the gold of today?
I don't know. All I know is we can just make coins. Put any, as long as it's a platinum coin, we can put any dollar amount on it. And so they're saying, hey, let's make $1 trillion coin. Give it to the American people. They can buy a bunch of stuff, which keeps the economy going because we're on a consumer economy, and then inflation won't even happen because inflation is a belief system. Because if people believe that the interest rates are going to go sky high, they start saving that money. They don't go spending it. But if the demand and the other part of the demand, if they the supply and demand stays equally and everything keeps happening, they don't have to raise the interest rates because people are spending that money. So what I'm suggesting is,
you're suggesting meltdown economics.
Yes, I am. I'm talking about game changers. I'm talking about new continents of ideas.
You know, I mean, that could be a pretty good. That could be a hit on BarnesandNoble.com. I mean, that could be a pretty good meltdown economics. All you need is a premise, and you can make it happen.
Ooh, and I got all kind of premises.
Yeah, you're an ideas man. Remember?
And I just told you about printing $1 trillion coin.
Okay, so Dustin, I'm in the news clips only. Is that not the right?
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So I want to go up here, and we want to get into TikToks.
TikTok is the very first one with the two big eyes, the very bottom of the screen.
Oh, the very bottom of the screen.
Yep,
okay.
I just sent it to you. Yep, there he is.
All right, here we go. That's your TikTok, but it's on YouTube, huh?
Correct.
Okay, so let's see here.
Warning, flash warning.
I got to make sure I got some sound going out.
I just made this one since you two and I hung up, and then before we got back together, I made this TikTok, then made this whole video and uploaded it before the show went silent.
God, if only you had done work to help us make the show better instead of this.
You didn't like that theme song?
No, I love the
theme
theme song.
Don't do me right now. Don't do me right now.
I thought you were talking about the TikTok, not the theme song.
Don't do me right now.
Don't do me.
'Cause-
What?
Just go.
Don't do me right now. Don't
Do me right now, bro.
What is going on?
It's a hilarious character. I don't know.
That is a character. That's a keeper. Shawn, what do you
Was it
think?
Bieber?
That character's got some legs that he
Yeah.
just created.
Shawn just didn't engage, and you know what that says? I want Dustin to die.
Oh God, yeah, that was a really good bit that you came up with to stall for time.
Hey.
It was basically
Hey.
putting the idea in everybody's head that they hate you.
No, I'm saying don't
like,
follow me if you ain't
know,
gonna engage.
It's like you're using your powers of hypnosis against yourself on accident.
I've been saying that. Yeah, you're right about that. I think I've been doing that for years. Look at Shawn. He's hypnotized right now.
Shawn frozen again. Damn it.
I can't move. I can't move.
Shawn, stay still.
got you.
I got you.
I got you froze up. Do.
I'm under his spell.
Shawn, are you free? How are you feeling? Are you back, Shawn? Oh, thank God. Thank God.
I'll put a spell on you.
Okay. Are you ready to watch this TikTok video?
I am.
Okay, so, what is it with TikTok and the way that people do insane fonts? I thought it was just you. But there's other TikToks out there that just look terrible. Like, what is the text on the screen
like
right here? Is this your text?
What did I tell you a couple years ago when we started? Ain't nobody gonna keep doing it the same way, same old style. There gonna be new ways of doing stuff, and I'm trying to explore those ways.
Okay.
2 years ago.
Yeah. I mean, I
So-
guess it's outsider art. Outsider graphic design is what you're doing, right?
Yep.
This is outsider
dare I say-
design. Like
Dare
the-
I say I'm spraying graffiti on digital graffiti.
Oh yeah,
I'm
you're the
digital graffiti.
Basquiat. You're the Basquiat of graphic design on TikTok right now. That's
Your
what
words,
everybody's
not
been
mine.
saying.
Your word, not
Tom
mine.
Schultz messaged me about it. We had a long conversation about how you were the Basquiat of graphic design on TikTok and that everyone was saying it.
That is a beautiful thing to share with me.
You're welcome. Uh-huh.
So his words are down there, and then I put that warning, lots of flashing, because there are people out there who get seizures from flashing of videos. And so it's just a nice way if people are scrolling through to go, hey, warning, stop this video so you don't have a seizure.
Okay. So should we play it then?
Yes.
So are we going
Yeah, I
to
already
be watching
warned
this
them.
whole thing straight through, or is this 5 minutes and 52 seconds that we're going to pause sometimes?
It's up to us.
Okay.
It's
well,
really,
let's
we're just
start
going to
up.
play it by heart.
Let's
Play
just
it by
go.
heart.
Let's live our lives. Let's have fun. Here
Let's
we go.
ride. We
The
ride.
TikTok. Stitch us and let me know. What's your unpopular musical opinion that's gonna start a fight?
Oh, what instruments do I play? Let's see. Keyboard, bass,
fight.
drums, guitar. I mean, honestly, organ. Anything really that is inside of the Apple GarageBand app, because it's really just like it makes me perfect. Sometimes I just hit one note and put it on an arpeggiator, Anyway, it does a thing where it goes beep 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 beep.
Okay, so hang on. So you're saying the bit was that your opinion was that you play GarageBand, but you saved it until halfway through the video to say that, or
What
3/4
instruments
of the
do
way
I
through the
play? Yeah, it was your opinions on music, and
I know,
then my
but you
opinion
started,
is
no, I get it, but you started with, oh yeah, I play the guitar, I play the blah blah blah, I play the, but you listed all these instruments, and then you had a very soft delivery of the whole TikTok thing, and I kind of missed the hit on that. You
it's
should
a,
have
it's a
started with,
hypnotic.
I play GarageBand. Why weren't those the first word that you said?
I'm trying to get past that 15-second mark.
Okay. Well, let's see with this next one. Shawn, do you have any comments?
This one is directed directly
I
towards
can't really
Shawn.
hear it so good.
You couldn't hear it so good?
No, I couldn't hear it so good.
The beat
Oh,
was
no.
very good.
Let's make sure
That
that it's
beat-
going to
That beat
your
was
ears.
very good. Thank you. I lost 5 pounds watching this clip. Thank you. Can you guys hear it okay? Could you hear it? Or is it just because it's soft on our end? We have a soft here.
I just turned it up for you. I didn't want to
Oh,
blast
thank
you
you.
out
Okay.
earlier, so here we go.
Ooh, blast
Followers
me,
gives
bud.
you more
Blast
options
me.
than just going live on TikTok. You can also add a website inside your
I can hear
bio.
it all now.
Hi, TikTok.
Wait a minute. What, Dustin? What'd you say?
We went from hearing it a little bit to hearing it not at all.
I
wonder
can't hear it either.
I mean, it's
wonder if
coming
I turn
through.
it
The
up.
only way I can get it to you is through my microphone, I believe, here. Oh, wait. Hang on. I can also put it through Discord into...
I can probably.
Where's Chrome? There it is. Chrome, because I had to switch to Chrome. There we go. Discord in. There you go. You should probably be able to hear this now.
Okay,
Would you like to help
believe-
me be financially stable?
Oh, so much better.
And join along with me and my multitude of friends by just going to Spotify, if you got it, and clicking a little button, and, you know, listening to a song. Please, it'd be great for everyone.
Keep going. Keep going. It's not over yet.
All right.
I did a commercial.
As an artist, you should definitely get a link.
Is this part of the same video?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, I like your first part of that. I thought that was like, it seemed almost like a perfect little advertisement that you did there, Dustin. Nice.
So
job.
what I did there is I introduced, hey, go help me out on Spotify by just clicking a button and listening to a song. And then what did I do next? I tell them how easy and simple it is to find me on Spotify, Michaels.
Yeah. It almost seemed like a commercial on TBS or something. It was like, you know,
Guys, Tom has to go take a nap. Tom, you could just keep it on and keep hitting your
Should we end the
buttons.
show? Should we end the show if Tom's leaving?
No, but he can watch it still. Just turn down some of the sound. Turn it down so it's
You
more
want
of
me
a
to turn
mumbles.
everything down for him?
Not you, Tom. Not you.
Oh, okay.
Tom. Tom can use his
Have a
own
good
volume.
nap, Tom.
Nap it up,
Good
bro.
night, Tom.
Sweet dreams are made of dusties. Who is you?
Now.
Go ahead.
We're getting into this next one. I find this
Well,
very
this is
hard,
the same one.
very difficult to read. Okay, here we go.
This is the same
It's
one.
only $6 a
Same
month.
one.
It sits inside your bio and gives you links to go anywhere.
Note, tap the screen to pause any infotainment video in order to read or learn what a creator has squeezed in a TikTok.
If you have less than 1,000 followers, you can still add YouTube and Instagram inside of your edit profile
This is
without
for you
having
guys.
a link tree.
Do it.
Okay.
This is a duet.
Yeah, I've seen this guy in your TikToks before. The same song, right? It's a good song, by the way.
That's one of my
I did
favorites.
a triplet. A triplet.
It's definitely one of my favorites too, Shawn.
Well, it's got such a good message. And then I say, hey, would you guys like to learn how to duet? Oh, not yet. This is the one champion sound.
So you want to do duet?
Jesus, what the hell? What's wrong with the audio on this?
Pause.
Tap share. Tap duet.
Oh, we're gonna get dinged for that song.
Tap layout.
It's a half a second.
I can't hear the just half a second. Do you hear yourself?
We're definitely gonna
Make
get.
sure you have the most optimal framing to
I
see
can't
all
hear
of the
any of the
creators. Choose one of 4 options also knows.
any of the instructions.
After choosing, you can move around
But I'm gonna
the
give this
video
whole
you
video a
are
thumbs
seeing.
up on YouTube anyway.
Remember to have fun out there.
Thanks, Mike.
Oh yeah, this whole section is gonna get cut out for sure.
For sure.
Can't have heroes on there.
But we get to
Afterwards,
enjoy it
we
as a
add
group.
words, and you can even make me say them for you. Swipe left.
See that? I
left,
typed those words in, and I'm trying to say you can make her say them.
There.
Nobody can understand it. I don't think.
So those are Zoom. Those are Zoom stickers. I'm trying to cover up the red spot.
Another song that's going to get us cut out. All the audio is going to be gone from this part of the show. Here we go.
Essential. Oh, would you just look at me? I'm
I'm
essential.
essential.
Oh, would you just look at me? Look at me. Look at me.
Are you masquerading as a doctor?
Essential. I'm
No, the text says I am not essential yet. I have to leave the house, and so
What text? Oh, you mean like the name of the video?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, inside there's a description, and then in the picture of it is me going, ah.
So I'm just curious.
Right here,
what you-
look at this.
I'm essential.
Ah. I have to be outside.
Shawn, I just want to ask Shawn a question. Shawn, are you okay right now? Are you frozen or anything? Are you doing okay?
I'm frozen with fear.
Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no. Shawn, I have a question for you though.
Dustin.
Pause. Okay. What do you think? I mean, I'm trying to figure out what the purpose of this segment is. Like, what is our purpose in this segment, Shawn? Like, I'm thinking, is our purpose to comment on the TikToks? It doesn't seem like Dustin's welcoming that very much.
I am welcoming that. You haven't paused.
I mean, maybe we just need to go to the just Dustin and his own TikToks.
Oh, all right. Bit's over then.
No, I mean we can keep going, but honestly, I want to know. What do you want me and Shawn to do during this part? We can just take a break if you want.
No, we can move on. We got a lot more to do, and it's already time to go. So, moving on to Martin Luther King.
Okay.
But this is just
So wait, we're not finishing this or what?
No, we're not. Yeah, no.
Well, I'll let it go.
Wait, after this one, I like this one.
They're comparing me to
one.
the human dustipede, which is a human centipede, which is human eating the poo-poo of another human, and then that human pooping out.
Yes, yeah, I know.
So
I know.
they're comparing this to that, so I think we should stop it.
Who's comparing that?
So far, just Mark Mikula, but I have a feeling that other people are yes-anding it.
He's kind of more talking about the navel-gazing aspect of it, I think.
Yeah, so let's get out of here.
Okay, so now
remember that time we watched ourselves on delay on YouTube?
Oh yeah, did you like that, Shawn?
I thought that was pretty cool.
Which one's that?
It was pretty fun.
Watched ourselves on delay on YouTube.
Oh yeah, did you?
I don't think we have.
We never did that?
Pretty cool.
I thought we did that last week.
Oh, I remember. Oh, I do remember now. I do. I didn't remember. I didn't remember before, but now I do.
I knew you would remember eventually.
I did.
The lovely Adam James taught me that this is called the Dross effect.
I didn't remember. I didn't remember before. I don't think it is.
I knew
It's
you
not?
would remember eventually.
I didn't. I don't think so.
Taught me that this is called the Dross effect.
No, I don't think it is. I don't think it is.
Who's Dross?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think
But
so.
it is kind of fun to look into infinity this way, Shawn.
No, I don't think it is.
Yeah.
I want Dustin to get naveled on YouTube.
Naveled? What is that? Does that have to do with the Navy or a navel?
In the navel, where you got lots of hair in your navel.
I'm kind of having trouble stopping this duplication thing.
Stopping this duplication
I just
thing.
kind of want it to keep
Oh no.
going.
I want to keep going.
In your navel. I'm kind of having trouble stopping this duplication.
Stopping this thing.
Oh, Kurt Brinker says that this is a good bit. Adam
Which
Fuller
part?
also likes
I'm
it.
tripping out. Is it just me or am I tripping out?
You're tripping out.
I am tripping out right now.
Oh, so it's not just me because we're tripping out, you guys.
How small Martin Luther King is now.
It has gotten so small.
I can't even see it. It's so small.
Okay. We'll go back.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. I'm sure you're applauding.
Thank you, everyone. I'm sure you're applauding. Okay, so what are we watching now? Another TikTok video.
Yep. Academy of Wealth.
Where you get all your history news and all your.
Nope, that's TV. This is modern day things, and this is from the mouths of babes.
You know, books are pretty good. If you ever got into those, they're pretty fun.
I did when I was a young man. Then I outgrew them.
Oh.
Okay. Who got time for books anymore?
Who's got time for books?
Nobody got time for that. No. Ain't nobody got.
This one, no sound. Oh, it's muted.
I was treated like they were somebody. And I believe that you should treat everybody like it's their birthday. But they didn't do that. People looked at the color of their skin. And that's how they decided if they were friends or not. Not cool, man. Now I gotta tell you something. When things aren't awesome, it can be tough. and things will always be awesome. But your response can be. Martin Luther King's response, it was awesome. Today I just wanted us to think about this. Isn't it cool that we can change things? Like any of us, anybody. He dreamed and he changed things. And he dreamed and he kept sharing his dreams.
That kid's got a lot to learn about politics.
A lot of people's dreams. Like this
But
one.
not wearing a suit.
I have a dream that little black boys and black girls will join hands with white boys and white girls and become sisters and brothers.
Hell yeah.
That's a pretty good dream.
That is a
Let's dream like that. That could change things.
Uh-huh.
Academy of Wealth. Why Academy of Wealth?
I don't know, because they're smart people.
Because capitalism is good?
I don't know.
What
I
is
think
this?
wisdom makes you wealthy.
Oh, this was a news grunts because I sent them just in case, and that's a big one right there, though.
Let's do a real quick news grunts then.
We just grunt at it. Grr.
Grr?
Grawell.
Oh, look, there we are. The Drost effect.
Uh-oh.
It's Droas. Droas.
News grunts.
Hi there, welcome to News Grunts, everybody. Boy, it sure is a lot of news all the time, and I sure do drive me crazy. And I sometimes feel like I can keep up with it. But guess what? We put it all together in a very quick package
Shawn.
where we just grunt at the news headlines. News Grunts.
All right. Good job,
I
Dustin.
got him, I swear.
I'm sorry, Shawn. I'm hurting you with my camera.
Shawn, your object work is beyond.
Isn't it just, ah?
Why do I look so bald in that picture that keeps floating by?
You're just so bald. Now you were really bald in that picture. I don't know what to tell you.
I feel like it's like somebody balded it up a little bit. Like they made it more bald than I don't know.
More
What is
bald
hair?
than you actually are.
It's done to appeal to various demographics.
Mm-hmm.
What
Some
is
people
hair
like
anyway?
bald stuff.
What is hair? Dead cells? Oh, you guys got a bunch of dead cells all over your head.
I mean, I think Shawn's hair looks great, I have to say.
You mean his dead cell farm?
I don't think of it that... I mean, you know... It just looks really
Farm.
nice. That's all. It just softens his look. If Shawn was bald, he'd probably be scary. He'd probably be
Shawn, would you
frightening.
shave your head for next week's show? Just thoughts. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead with the...
He said okay. I guess he's going to do it.
I doubt it.
But here's the
We'll
thing.
see.
Shawn's,
Tune in next week.
yeah, Shawn's counting on the fact that you're going to just forget that whole bit probably by tomorrow.
I'm going to put this in Roses and Thorns so I remember.
Oh, is it time for Roses and Thorns?
Not yet. Keep going.
Okay.
We're going to pile drive this. We're going to flatten the
Gross.
curve with this one.
What? We're going to pile drive it?
We're going to flatten the
Still
curve.
listening.
See? It wasn't listening.
Not
Michaels.
everyone wasn't listening. What?
Because Shawn was listening. Shawn was listening. It was a double. McConnell calls and says Trump's provocated the Capitol attackers. Mike, do you want to grunt?
Ugh. Thorns, it just froze
Hello?
right up.
Is anyone there?
Wow.
I'm here. What
I'm here
happened?
too.
It froze up.
Yeah, I
I
didn't
just
do
feel
anything.
like I just feel like I blacked out.
Am I just tripping out?
Are you experiencing missing time? Dustin, that's a very loud and bad noise.
Sorry.
I feel like we lost time.
We're back.
We
We're
did.
back.
I think we were
What year is
abducted. 1989. There's still time, Shawn.
Ah! I can correct all of my mistakes.
You don't make mistakes. I remember you.
If only that were true.
Touche.
Ugh,
We're back. I see it moving on the videos now.
we sure are.
Oh yeah, we're back. I don't know why. It seems like after an hour, every single time we do the show, it kind of tends to have a little freeze up thing.
Strange.
Curious.
Next one.
Next one?
Sure. He's gonna. They're talking about voting him. They're talking about he did it. Okay, so this is the end of that that article I want you to read. So you're gonna want to scooch up for about 5 more. I don't know how many I took. Wish you could maybe go out of full screen. There you go. You're doing it right. You're doing it. You're doing it right now. Doing it. You're doing great. It's more than 5. It's gonna be a couple more, and that's it.
Okay.
There it is. Sit right back and you'll hear a tale that Mike is going to read, not me.
All right. So yeah, you want me to read this this whole thing here?
It's very short, but yes.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. I'm just
Thank
trying to make
you.
sure I got our cameras ready for our next segment here.
I feel like this is the 1984 part. I feel like you'll read it, but people are using his speech and they're turning it and they're twisting it into a gross alternate reality for themselves. And I want to make a stop and call it out as BS.
Okay. Yeah, I'm with you on that. I mean, so basically the whole idea is that, all of the people that are praising MLK today are basically just doing it for political clout.
Right.
As far as our regular politicians are concerned, right?
And then the next day they go, back
Right.
to Dixieland or whatever that song is.
There's tons of disgusting politicians in Washington that are just ready to co-opt his message and stuff. So, okay, we'll read this. I'll read it nice and briskly here since we're at the end of the show today here.
Thank you, Michaels.
This year, America commemorates Martin Luther King Jr.'s life amid a chaotic and shameful time for democracy. Less than 2 weeks ago, insurrectionists stormed the United States Capitol after they were encouraged to take back the country by the sitting U.S. president, holding fast to the false claim of election fraud. During moments of social and political turmoil, we often ask ourselves, what would King do? Unfortunately, the same forces that motivated their insurrectionists have tried their hardest to water down and whitewash King's message and legacy. White supremacist ideology motivated the Capitol attacks, and it's this same power that has, in recent years, attempted to mischaracterize King's words to fit their agenda. Vice President Mike Pence, for example, has likened Donald Trump to King in an effort to defend Trump's border wall. One of my favorite quotes from Dr. King was, "Now is the time to make real the promises of democracy," Pence said on Face the Nation ahead of MLK Day in 2019. You think how he changed America? He inspired change through the legislative process to become a more perfect union. Other Trump administration officials have done the same over the last 4 years. On MLK Day in 2019, then Press Secretary Sarah Sanders tweeted, "Today we honor a great American who gave his life to the wrong of racial inequality. Our country is better thanks to his inspiration and sacrifice." Failing to recognize that King was assassinated at the young age of 39, King did not give his life to white supremacy. White supremacy took it. Sanders' statement also failed to acknowledge how King's death set off riots across the country and effectively undermined the civil rights movement that he helped to lead. Even the National Rifle Association seized on King's legacy, twisting the circumstances of his death to their gun rights agenda. The organization tweeted last year King applied for a concealed carry permit in a May issue state and was denied. "We will never stop fighting for every law-abiding citizen's right to self-defense," the organization suggested that King had not been denied a right to carry a weapon. He might have survived his assassination. How
Can you believe
monumentally stupid.
Can you
They
believe
too
that?
neglected to mention that he was murdered by a white escaped felon who managed to access firearms despite restrictions.
There we go.
Those seeking to uphold the hate and bigotry that King vehemently fought against will surely try their hand at rewriting King's story once again, calling for peace and unity in the wake of a riot that sought to overthrow democracy and roll back justice. And America has to see it for what it is, an attack that King would have unequivocally denounced. King's image and tactics have misappropriated and intentionally mischaracterized by those who would be squarely within his focus as an enemy to democratic ideals and the ideals of inequality and fairness in this country. Janai Nelson, Associate Director, Counsel of the NAACP Legal Defense and Education Fund, told Vox. What we should be remembering about King is that he was in no way, shape, or form a pacifist. He believed in nonviolence. He believed in a tradition of sustained protest, and he also believed in full truth and transparency about the evils of white supremacy. King's radicalism, his decision to love black people and fight for their humanity is on full display in his letter from a Birmingham jail, in which he addressed his fellow clergymen and deemed his strategies and tactics extreme. In the letter, he acknowledged the violence of white supremacy and why urgency was the only option. Perhaps it is easy for those who have never felt the stinging darts of segregation to say, wait, but when you have seen vicious mobs lynch your mothers and fathers at will and drown your sisters and brothers at whim, when you have seen hate-filled policemen curse, kick, and even kill your black brothers and sisters, then you will understand why we find it difficult to wait. And his acknowledgement of white violence was not confined to extremists. He also noted the violence of white moderates who threatened to fight for civil liberties. According to King, they were the greatest threat to the black advancement. I must confess that over the past few years I've been gravely disappointed by the white moderate. I have almost reached the regrettable conclusion that the Negro's great stumbling block in his stride towards freedom is not the white citizen's counselor or the Ku Klux Klanner, but the white moderate, who is more devoted to order than to justice, who prefers a negative peace, which is the absence of tension, to a positive peace, which is the presence of justice, who constantly says, I agree with you in the goal that you seek, but I cannot agree with your methods of direct action, who paternalistically believes he can set the timetable for another man's freedom, who lives by a mythical concept of time, and who constantly advises the Negro to wait for a more convenient season. As if foreshadowing how politicians would use his name to promote his own agendas, King called out moderates whose answers of racial tensions were not to engage with what justice would look like, but instead simply call for peace. He acknowledged that white moderates had no interest in seeing black people gain freedoms and didn't care to join the fight for policies that would bring about real change. King's legacy was also not just confined to justice on the basis of racial categorization. It includes his fight against capitalism. He was working on the Poor People's Campaign in the months before he was assassinated and was in Memphis to support a sanitation workers' strike. The Vietnam War, he condemned the war in a 1967 speech called Beyond Vietnam, and limited citizenship for the oppressed during his tour of Europe in 1964 on his way to accept the Nobel Prize in Oslo. King celebrated social democratic governments. King told his wife in a letter in 1952, I imagine you already know how much I am more socialistic in my economic theory than capitalistic. Capitalism started out with a noble and high motive, but like most human systems, it fell victim to the very thing it was revolting against. So today, capitalism has outlived its usefulness. America has also attempted to elevate King's I Have a Dream speech as the key address that defined him, the address in which King supposedly advocated for seeing character over color. While King did indeed say that people should be judged by the content of their character and not by the color of their skin, he never claimed that seeing race itself was the problem. In the same address, he was clear about the construct of race played out for black Americans. But 100 years later, after the Emancipation Proclamation, the life of the Negro is still sadly crippled by the manacles of segregation, by the chains of discrimination. 100 years later, the Negro lives on a lonely island of poverty in the midst of a vast ocean of material prosperity. 100 years later, the Negro is still languishing in the corners of American society and finds himself an exile in his own land. King would have turned 91 this year, a year that has already seen efforts to undo the principles espoused, and a year when insurrectionists want to reaffirm white supremacy. It's important to see King's legacy for what it truly was: complex. He called for nonviolence, but he also demanded unrest until there was no injustice anywhere. We must honor MLK by honoring him, author and historian Carol Anderson told Vox. We honor him not by hijacking his words and twisting them to fit a white supremacist agenda. According to Anderson, American leaders often recite how we should be a country that judges people by the content of their character, but their pleas aren't genuine. We have policies that in fact don't care about character, but go after the color of people's skin, she said. So until we have a system that recognizes that don't spout the words of Martin Luther King to advance or to provide a fig leaf to cover the white supremacist agenda. It's going to require some work to truly live up to the vision that King had for the world, Anderson said, that involves knowing our real history, whites having real conversations with other whites, and dismantling the kinds of reflexive responses America has to white supremacy. For Nelson, honoring King's legacy means outright demanding accountability for white supremacy. To allow January 6th to occur without any consequences is to set us back and undo the work and the sacrifice of Martin Luther King Jr. and those he stood up for. It would be one of the deepest assaults against his legacy, Nelson told Vox, and we will not sit idly by while this entrenched minority of radical domestic terrorists and extremists attempt to undo that incredibly important work. As for what King would have said in this moment in witnessing a president supporting white supremacists and trying to overturn an election, his words have always been with us. In his last book, Where Do We Go From Here?, King wrote, white Americans must recognize that justice for black people cannot be achieved without radical changes in the structure of our society. The comfortable, entrenched, the privileged cannot continue to tremble at the prospect of change of the status quo.
Yep. Thank you, Michael. That was a lot of words, and I thank you for reading them all.
Mm-hmm.
I think the takeaway there, a couple of them, is the law and order versus justice and, I don't know, freedom. Like, that's kind of crazy. And I think that it's pretty ironic that Kurt said the CIA has an MLK sex tape, but isn't it ironic that the FBI, who spent their wasted money and effort and time following him, had to, on his day, on his Martin Luther King Day, had to go and arrest at least 100 white supremacists yesterday. And I think that's pretty ironically funny.
I think it's pretty great, honestly. Arresting white supremacists is always a great thing.
On Martin Luther King Day, though. And they followed him around for years to, get dirt on him, which they did. They got a sex tape on him.
The tape was from the FBI, I believe, and it's like they're called the "Oh Baby" tapes because that's what King said on them, apparently. Oh baby! But the ironic thing is that under Hoover, the FBI really wanted to do away with Martin Luther King. I mean, it was very clear in the communications.
And now on his national
the FBI
holiday,
then tweets out, "Hey, let's celebrate Martin Luther King Day." I mean, the FBI. I mean, that's just as there's another culpable institution that this entire article doesn't really highlight too much is the entrenched government institutions that also are delivering a message that is very contrary to how they've operated. And it's also like one of those things that the FBI has never apologized for. The government has never apologized for how they treated Martin Luther King. He's one of our greatest heroes that has ever existed in this country. And yet, the government tried to basically destroy him at every single chance they got. Yeah. And yet here we are in 2021, and the FBI is tweeting out, "Hey, it's great! It's Martin Luther King Day. Let's all celebrate." And it's like a bully punching you in the face and then going, "Hey, I'm your best friend now." You know what I mean? Let's
go arrest some white supremacists. Celebrate. Let's go arrest some white supremacists.
But I also agree with the statement of the article that all these other horrible white supremacist politicians, like somebody like a Mitch McConnell and a Donald Trump, these guys have been co-opting King's message for years and watering it down. Yep. And yes, this is exactly the kind of response that you get when you have a character in history that you can't deny that Martin Luther King is a great man at this point for how much he has done and his legacy and the history of everything that he's done. And it's like, what is somebody like a McConnell or a Trump? What is their choice? They can't say, you know what, Martin Luther King wasn't really great. They have to go along with everybody. And
Trump thought Frederick Douglass was still alive. I can't even say it.
Could you imagine Could you imagine if if Trump said, Martin Luther King, not that great.
I don't like people to get shot.
People that get assassinated are weak.
Yeah, exactly.
Keep your eyes up. Did you see the way I fell off the stage when I thought somebody was going to fire something?
Oh,
you just fall.
Oh, and the eagle thing that's kind of making a comeback lately. That eagle thing is pretty great.
That's it. Yeah,
where he's
that's
scared
what
of
I'm
the
talking
eagle.
about.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think it's time for Roses and Thorns, Dustin.
I think so. Mike. I still think that this part has to be like super fast.
I think this just needs to be a lot longer. Is what I'm going to work on.
I think the roses are beautiful. This part has to be like.
Well, the music is freesound.org, so I had to use something that was not something we have to pay for. The budget of the show.
The song is not necessarily what I'm trying to talk about.
What were you saying?
Okay, so here was my thought. This is a thought Dustin has.
Mm-hmm.
Ready for this one?
No.
I don't know.
We want Dustin to get rich. We want success. Yet we have a figure of Jesus Christ. Some would say, to some people, is the Messiah. To some people,
Yeah.
their savior, let's say.
I've heard him called that.
Yeah.
Right? So it's kind of could be, I don't know, offensive, off-putting to maybe a whole
Why?
over half of the country.
Explain it to me like I'm a 5-year-old boy.
Because it makes people's feelings bad when they see him and they're reminded of the sacrifice he made for your sins, Michael.
I thought that whole sacrifice thing was a great thing that people loved.
Oh, well, they loved it, but it's never really a good thing to sacrifice.
Fastest growing group in America, atheists.
Well, all right.
Entirely
Just
unsupported by
thought.
a scientific fact there. I just wanted to throw that
And
out.
I just wanted to throw out just a thought. We're trying to manifest things yet again.
Yeah.
Maybe we're hypnotizing in a different fashion.
So do you think that our main segment of fans that we are not tapping into is Christians?
I think that
Shawn thinks so. Shawn thinks so.
I think that what we're doing is we're not allowing them even a seat at the table because we've laid their Messiah on that table.
We laid their Messiah bare for all to see.
That's what I'm suggesting
That's
in my
what you're
mind.
suggesting? I mean, to me, it's just a fun and cheeky thing to show people that, hey, there's some thorns, there's some roses. Oh, that's not even Jesus, by the way, Dustin. That's a guy named Willem Dafoe that's pretending to be Jesus.
I do know that.
Mm-hmm.
I do know that. And again, maybe it was because I was.
The chat line is blowing up about this.
Maybe it was because I was born
There's a
and
big,
I was
there's
raised
a big
a
blow up in
champion.
the chat, it seems like.
You know, I was a champion Bible quizzer. Champion.
Yeah. Impress us with a fact while we look at the chat. What?
I vomited a little bit in my mouth when we won the championship. I was so excited, and I didn't know what to do. Then I was on stage with everybody, and we won, and they gave us our trophy. And I went,
yeah.
Gulp, and I had to gulp it back down because I almost vomited, Shawn. That's a true story.
What? Really? So okay, but I
I
mean,
don't know if I've ever shared with
so
Shawn.
what does that have to do with? What does that have to do with the fun Roses and Thorns video?
I guess maybe since you were raised a heathen, maybe it doesn't mean as much.
Is that an insult, being raised a heathen, do you think, Shawn?
No,
Is that,
I'm just trying to
Shawn,
I don't
did
think-
Dustin just insult me or no?
If anything, I resent being raised Christian.
Okay.
Exactly.
That's fair.
It sort of monopolizes your mind, right,
It's
Shawn?
just the way he said heathen that sounded like it was a bad thing, I think.
But most of the things I say makes it sound like a bad thing.
It was a very insulting tone.
It was.
I
It
got
was.
tones. I got all kind of tones.
It was like somebody trying to insult you by going like, "You're a really cool dude." Well, okay,
Thank you.
fine, thank you. Right? I mean, that's
Right. I didn't mean it.
It feels like somebody's trying to get a thorn in under the wire.
I like to start off today's Roses and
do you
Thorns
think
by
that-
saying thorns.
Shawn. Do you think that would be?
I feel like Dustin probably feels he hasn't gotten a thorn yet in this show. And
Is he
so
honey
probably
potting us into a thorn?
He wants to get one in under the wire.
All I'm trying to say is that's a thought that passed through my mind. It seems like, why would we make someone who's watching
right.
it? Oh, I'm enjoying these guys. I'm enjoying.
yeah. Right.
Oh my God, why would they do that? What if I went, Mohammed, I am Mohammed, I take a hat off, I take
Wow.
a hat on. Like, you know what I
When
mean?
you
All
say
of a sudden,
"what if I was doing that" and then you do it, then you don't have to say "what if I was." You can just do
Well,
it,
I just
and then you're
thought
doing
about
it on the show.
Well,
And
what
then
if I was
now
doing
you're
that?
insulting our Muslim friends' religion
See,
by
that's
claiming
what
that you're
exactly what
Muhammad. That's a lot different than showing an
I mean,
actor
that's serious.
playing
That's
Jesus.
serious.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd like to thank you both for proving my point. Now,
I mean,
this is
if
the
there
part
was
of
an
the show-
organization that could help us with that.
I don't think there is. Welcome to Roses and Thorns, everyone. This is the part of the show where I try to get out with my feelings still intact. And,
Get out. Wait, say that again, please.
We have a battle royale.
Hold
of
on 1 second.
gladiators
Sean? Yes,
in
Sean?
Sean.
Sean has something to say.
Yeah,
I just
screech.
want to say that I have a rose for Dustin right off the bat. So
Great.
I don't know why his feelings are going to get hurt.
They already are.
If anything, probably because of the tech issues. Our tech guy, his feelings are probably going to be hurt.
Yeah.
But not you. I give a solid rose to your theme song, guy.
Thank you, Sean.
Yeah,
Thank
really. You finally earned a rose, Dustin.
Oh, I earned me a rose. Oh, thanks, Massa. Thank you for.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Big time thorn. Big thorn. Big
Thorn.
fat
That's
thorn.
how you acted to me.
Yeah, don't say things like that. That was real. That was real. Especially after we read the whole MLK thing, and then what are you doing?
Are you out of your mind?
You're saying I earned me something when. Yeah, it's the way you said it.
What?
I got very defensive. I got very defensive. All right, I
Wait,
apologize.
Do you think that me and Shawn are making you do this show? Is that what you think is happening here?
No, Michael. Don't get it twisted even
Is
more.
that why
It's
you didn't
already
want to
twisted.
make an RO for the show because you felt like Shawn and I were forcing you to do your own show?
No, Michaels. I'd like to say that people are giving red lines and thorns right now currently, and I do apologize once again.
Everybody's giving you a red line and a thorn for that.
Well, I maybe deserve it.
Yeah.
I am very upset at you
Big
treating
time.
me like
Wow.
the
I mean,
MLK
I
thing
think
was
you
my idea.
tarnished your rose a little bit. The rose that you just got.
Because you guys gave it in such a ownership way. I don't know.
Wait a minute. What?
So it's our fault now?
Yeah, you're blaming us for giving you a rose?
Nope, it's the tone. I would like
I give
to
a thorn to the tone. Then.
Wow. I'm going to...
thorn to all of our tones.
All right. Well, let's get to the... Yes, Sean. Hold on 1 second, Dustin. Sean, yes, go ahead.
I have another rose.
Okay. And who would you like to
This rose
give
is
that to?
for Mike.
Oh,
For his reading. Your reading of all of those words,
that's
man.
a lot of words. That was a
thanks,
lot
Sean.
of
That
words.
was a lot of words, and you did it
Crisp.
pretty smoothly.
pretty smoothly.
Like 98.9%.
Crisp.
Do you think that if Dustin had done the reading that there would have been some offensive characterizations of some of the words
Oh,
in there?
that's so mean
I
of
feel
you.
it would have been a disaster.
Yeah, I
That's
feel
so
like
mean
it
of
could have
both
been a
of you.
little rough. Yep.
So mean.
What
I
do you
would
mean
never
it's
say that.
mean?
I would never say that about you guys. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, really?
At this point.
I would never say
I would
that
like to
about
give-
you guys.
I would like to give roses to our audience for sticking around and for being so vocal today. Reverend Rohr just said thorn, 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 thorn.
Rollo also says, I've never wanted the show to go silent again before.
Me neither. I just dropped my microphone.
That's pretty harsh, Dustin.
I mean, I wasn't being...
You really messed up. I think I'm giving you a megathorn until you apologize to the audience.
I already did
formal
apologize.
apology. I think
did
it needs to be a
apologize
formal
to the
apology.
Hi there, my name
And
is...
also, look at what are you doing with your microphone? That's another thorn. You had a great start today.
Mike was about to clean up in the thorn department
Yep.
because of tech issues.
Lots of issues.
And it's almost like you didn't want him to take that punishment, so you
my God.
sabotaged yourself in the last minute.
Almost like a Christ
Right.
figure.
He's
Almost
saving
like a Christ
himself.
figure.
He's saving me by making
Yeah.
himself look bad by doing dumb things and screwing up on the show.
I'm like,
because
Jesus.
otherwise at this point we would have gone off on you for sure.
It would have been all
like,
me.
Jesus. Hey, look at
I
me.
mean,
Don't look at those guys. I'm Jesus.
By giving climate change information. I mean, that's not compelling.
Don't
TV.
do that.
I might disagree.
But he totally is.
I was about to give you a rose for your wonderful climate change information and discussion time. Rose.
Okay.
And I give a rose to Dustin for his self-sacrifice.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty impressive. You're the Willem Dafoe of this show, Dustin.
Oh, finally. I've been saying that for years.
In Platoon or in The Passion of the Christ. Either one.
I was thinking Spider-Man.
Spider-Man? Of course you were. Where he's the villain? That's what you want? Instead of Platoon? Or Passion of the Christ? Wow.
Aren't they all villains in Platoon? Go ahead, Shawn.
Wow. See it again.
That's really a heavy question there.
See it again. See it again. I think you might have an opinion walking out of it this time.
Oh, I've never seen it. Go ahead, Shawn.
Hey, but ultimately, this tech stuff, I give Mike a rose for figuring stuff out on the fly. It was great.
But I give him a thorn for
we lost
rebooting.
the first half of the show. Yeah, it was broadcasting silently.
It was rough. Not gonna lie.
Remember how I say every week, why would you ever reboot? I bet if we asked Adam, are you still around, or did Jesus run you away?
Well, if there's anyone that knows about tech stuff, it's you, Dustin. Go ahead.
Well, I was just about to say, Adam, remember even when Adam was on the show, we was like, hey, don't reboot the computer right before the show. Thorn.
I didn't reboot the computer.
Oh, what did you reboot?
The program that streams.
Never
everything.
do that again. Never.
That's
never.
not what
I
the
don't
problem
even know
was.
what it is.
Not what
Never
the problem was. Hey, Dustin, just send me a nice write up of all the tech issues that you had with the show. And I'll take your advice. It'll be great. I'll be able to fix everything really quick. If you wouldn't mind,
buddy.
that would help me a lot. If you could just write out all of the solutions to the tech issues that we have.
Awesome. I think I have other people who have
Hold on,
some
Dustin.
problems
Sean?
too.
Yes,
And I
Sean?
need you to fix them.
I can mute you, Dustin, if you want, instead, so that Sean can talk.
Red line.
Okay, Sean, go ahead.
I had one more thorn.
Yeah.
And that's the autocorrect algorithm for guessing that Tom wanted to say chorizo when he actually wanted to say lips.
Man, I do love chorizo, though.
And that was going to be my follow-up. I was going to give a rose to chorizo.
That's nice. Yeah. That's great.
I love it. I love it. Nice Mexican sausage. It's great.
Hell yeah. Sean, did you notice how quiet and calm it is in here?
Yeah, it is quiet. Do
you know why?
Yeah, just maybe because the tech issues have been resolved.
Well, there's that.
Because Dustin's drinking,
and he's muted too. So, yeah.
Oh, well, that's all right.
That explains it. All right, you're back now. Go ahead. What did you want to say, Dusty?
Hey, Adam Fuller, do you remember when we told Mike, do not reboot before the show?
Okay. Anyways, let's move on to the end of the show. I just realized that, maybe I should just use my power a little bit more for the good of the show. Only for the good of the show.
Really good.
Yeah.
Great power comes great responsibility.
That is true.
Ooh, that's Spider-Man.
Speaking of Spider-Man.
Anyways,
bring it back around.
I don't have any roses or thorns except for, Sean, great big rose to you. For 1, your hair. For 2, your presence. For 3, your delightful banter. And 4, your intelligent commentary.
Ooh, he got a full rose, a quad rose.
And Dustin, I guess I will give you a rose for your song. It was very nice.
I don't need your pity rose.
Isn't every rose a pity rose?
Every rose has its thorn.
I genuinely give roses. I don't give pity roses ever. I don't think I've ever given a pity rose.
You. Well, thank you. Dustin's in audio jail, and that's not fine.
I guess that's it for the rest of the show then. We can just wrap it up, Shawn.
Yeah, okay.
Osborn and Spider-Man is literally insane. Good choice, Dustin.
It's good talking to you, Mike.
I'm sorry, what was that, Shawn? I think we're frozen again. Yep, it just froze up.
We're gonna fight it together in laughter and love.
Well, we only have to wait for it to unfreeze and then end the show now.
It just looks like a sitcom. Maybe this is gonna be the thumbnail.
Could be. It's lasting
for the
a long
show.
time.
That's perfect. At least it'll hold still while I take a picture of it.
Yeah, my whole computer
Should we say
locks
the
up
thing?
when this
Yes.
happens. Yeah, let's say the thing.
Right.
Let's say the thing.
Oh, right when he said that.
Mm-hmm.
Right when Shawn said that. it
That's
started
called
working on it.
manifesting.
Thank you.
Wait, hold on. It's
Hey,
coming back.
everybody, let's-
What the hell?
Oh, Shawn hit another note. Oh, we're gonna manifest tones. We're gonna do some binaural tones.
Wow. There we go.
Wow.
Ooh, okay, on 3, we're going to say the thing. Then we're out of here. You guys ready?